talking me.
Starfield, a leaked image. I don't know too much about Starfield. I know it's Bethesda, and it's a new IP title that they're working on. As far as the images or the image that I saw, it was just kind of like a space, like shuttle or like station or whatever,
Mhm.
and just like an open field. It looked like a sandbox area that they were trying to play and test some stuff, and it looked cool. But I mean, because I haven't seen much of
Yeah.
Starfield, I don't know exactly what to expect, and I'm just looking forward to actually seeing gameplay or some type of a trailer reveal or something like
Mhm.
that. But how do you feel about it, Ray?
Yeah. When I first saw it, I was definitely underwhelmed.
Uh-huh.
Like my first thought was like, oh, this looks like every other Bethesda game that's ever come
Mm-hmm.
out. It
Right.
looks just like Fallout
They're still using that creation.
and it's the same engine, and you can see that it is. Like when you see that image, oh yeah, that's the creation engine.
Right.
A couple things about it though. These are real leaks, so
Mhm.
they are confirmed, and they're
confirmed
from
enough
2018.
for Bethesda to delete them off of their
Their
Discord.
Discord,
Yeah, and they're from 2018 as well, so they're
right.
old.
Old as heck. Yeah.
So that's a big deal. These are old leaks.
Oh.
So this may not even be what the game looks like.
Yeah.
But I will admit, like when they first announced Starfield at E3, what was it, like 4 or 5 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
I was, expecting something newer and a little more grand than like the standard creation Fallout model. And so when I saw this, I was definitely a little disappointed. Though remember, this is 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It may look different now.
It
Who
could have been like
knows?
one of the very first screenshots
It could have been
taken.
one of the very first
Yeah.
screenshots taken, but
Yeah.
it did look just like a standard Bethesda looking game, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just disappointing because
That they haven't like done.
I
Like,
had
too much
built it up in
improvement.
my head to be like this star, feel like this galaxy thing.
Now they did say that they overhauled the heck out of their creation engine.
They did say that.
So I
But
don't know how much
the
they've
little,
done.
the
but
little, the styles there, the art style, all
Yeah.
that's there.
maybe they started playing it or started building it, and then they took that screenshot and they're like, nah, we gotta make this creation engine better. So maybe that's like post, like
Yeah.
pre
And now they're
creation
hearing
upgrade,
hearing all the hate probably on that right now. Though there are some things we can glean from this image, like especially down there at the bottom left corner, right? The
With the
user
little HUD
interface,
thing?
the HUD.
Yeah.
Like there's an O2, CO2 sensor, or
Mhm.
there's like a
Gotta
fuel
be
tank,
some kind of
some
survival,
kind of meter,
survival meter.
and then there was like a gravity meter,
right.
which is cool because that implies, right, planets,
Yeah.
like multiple planets too, like not just like
Potentially,
one. Yeah, because what changes gravity other than not being on a planet, So that's cool. Like that's exciting. We can see the scope is probably going, just from that little bit of information,
Mhm.
the scope is going to be pretty big. And then is there going to be survival elements here? Where
That's
like
what it seems like, right? If you're
Yeah.
dealing with like CO2
Yeah,
or
and oxygen,
levels and different things
so
like that. Yeah.
there might be some survival elements here. So it's interesting to see, the screenshot. There isn't a lot here, but there are some definitely things there to show us the scope and the visual direction that they're going with the game.
Right.
We'll see. What do you think, Mark?
So, to be honest, I didn't know what I was looking at. So
he's like, what is
it was just some long shuttle ship station. I really had no idea what I was looking at when I first saw the leak. So I had to do some digging online at what I was looking at, and mainly I just saw about the controversy. Like Godly Sovereign said, someone posted it on the Discord. It immediately got flagged and removed by Bethesda, and the person who posted it said that it was going to be a 2021 release
right
of the
yeah.
game.
The time frame.
So
That's right.
I don't know if that has credibility to him saying it's really going to come out in 2021. But if it does, I am happy. Hopefully it's later in 2021
Mhm.
because I don't want to miss this game. But at the same time, it's going to be a Game Pass game. So at least we're not going to have to fork out $60-$70 to try it out.
This is true.
Like you're saying, if it is on an old engine, if it does have a little, antiquated graphics and gameplay,
At least you didn't shell out $70
Exactly.
for it, right?
Mhm.
and that led to a different discussion. Is this going to be an Xbox exclusive when it first drops? Some people saying that it could potentially be only on the Xbox at first, and then it comes out for PC later. So that was another interesting thing to consider. So I hope not. I hope it's just for Xbox and PC straight out of the gates. But we'll see. Either way, I'm playing it on Game Pass, so that has me excited.
Microsoft has been talking a lot about their Bethesda timeline, quite a bit. And Starfield's been at of course they are,
They keep
right? They
mentioning
have
it.
to keep mentioning it because they need people to continue to stay hyped, for these games coming out. I mean, this is a little more
Tinfoil hat?
tinfoil hat kind of theory here.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what if Microsoft leaked these images to keep the hype up?
Wow.
It's like,
Because
damn, we haven't talked about Starfield
because they don't have anything coming out, and even the date too.
Yeah.
The date is interesting to me. Saying 2021 is interesting because they need people to be excited, about buying an Xbox Series X and stuff. And there just hasn't been a whole lot recently on the game front with Xbox. It's tinfoil hat stuff, but it helped them. It gave them some publicity. It helped. It got us excited. Oh, 2021,
and for
Mark,
an old ass image too.
Yeah, and for an
just
old
imagine
image,
if it had been like an
Yeah.
updated image, or just like
So
like
it's
a
interesting.
like a little video of somebody actually playing something. Like, just imagine how far that would have gone. Just
It
to
just
see
all
people
reminded
breaking
us.
that down.
Oh yeah,
That's
Bethesda
coming
could
out.
be exclusive
That
to
one.
Xbox.
Yeah,
Starfield could be on the Xbox only.
yeah. I wouldn't mind if some of these game studios that got scooped up by Microsoft and PlayStation also, if they just added like a little bit more exclusive content to the systems that they're owned by, the studios that they're owned by, because if you had like Starfield and it was coming out at the same time on PlayStation as it was on Xbox, but there was just a little bit more content that you could have access to, like off top or whatever, you know what I mean? That would be pretty cool. It would keep people on your system, just for that extra content. But it's like, at the same time, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? I still get to play the game off top, but I guess we'll see exactly how they're doing it. I know they did say that they were gonna leave it, so that it's still on PlayStation and PC or whatever. So
I think they're doing what
Guess
you're
we'll see.
saying though, kind of like what they're doing with the PC thing, where they're launching it on the console first and then later on PC. They're
Right.
trying to give you some incentive to buy their system,
right.
like with Doom Eternal, right? Like it's on the console right now, but you can't play it on PC yet. They're doing that little timeline thing.
Right.
So they're probably gonna do something like that similar with these Bethesda games.
Seems like it would make sense,
Yeah.
right? Just like make it come out a little bit later for
some little
PlayStation.
cherry on top for having
Yeah.
the console, right?
Yeah. So, the Starfield images, it's cool and all, but it's just a small tidbit of a leak, and it's
Totally.
so old. Like, the only thing
Yeah.
that was of any relevance was that they're saying that it's gonna drop in 2021.
Mhm.
So, depending on when in 2021 that is, maybe we'll hopefully see something soon about it, especially after this leak. Like, if it was coming like second quarter, we're bound to see like a trailer at some point really
Right.
soon.
I love you, me.